What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Lowkey, the one that cut you, dig what I'm saying, coming back at y'all with another video. But before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't be dumb as hell. Click that bell, turn on post notifications so you can get notified every single video. Hey man, I gotta be honest, I gotta be real. Sometimes in life, we gonna have to block out the noise. And the reason why I say that is because life has a way of moving with the trajectory of speed. And by that I mean, like, there's things that are constantly happening 24/7, every single moment you have, like, especially once you're out, like, there's always something going on. There's things you have to deal with, there's people you have to attend to. It's a lot going on. But especially while we're young, it's like we have so much time just to really build ourselves, or to create this momentum to keep ourselves ahead of the game when it comes to the adult life. Because like I said, man, this economy ain't really set up to benefit us unless you find your ways in how to, I don't know to say manipulate, but if you can find your ways to, like, use the systematic increments to your advantage. But yeah, pretty much what I'm just trying to say is sometimes you're gonna have to block the noise out, because there's going to be a lot of distractions in your life while you're on a path to try to become more successful, to be more knowing, or to basically get rid of or build or reach a new milestone, whatever the case may be. As far as you trying to emit change, there's gonna be distractions. Distractions are something that we can't help, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not to say every distraction's bad and not every distraction will be detrimental, but it does take you a few steps back the more and more you don't, you know what I'm saying, really lock in and focus on what you got to do. And it's a hard choice, man, because a lot of things is gonna be tempting, you know what I'm saying? You'll be on a path of, like, really learning a new skill, really building stuff up, and getting yourself in a position to do something new that you never did. But you have to kind of go out your way. You have to seek more, do these levels of researches, go to these seminars in order to know this stuff. And a lot of times everyone's not going to have the guidance that they need to get to the place where they want to get to. And a lot of times you're gonna have to just seek that out for yourself. And sometimes you can be lucky enough to have the guidance, aka your parents or your friends. But if you're in a position where you're trying to do something that's kind of outside of the spectrum of those around you, or at least for those people around you, what they want out of you, you're going to have to do something different. And the thing is, when you do something different outside of the systematic things that they do, or they see other people doing that they deem to be successful, they're gonna project words and energy into you. They're gonna tell you this alternative might be better. Why are you doing this? You're wasting too much time. I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. And it's really up to you to really make that ultimate decision on, am I gonna lock in on this, or am I gonna just listen to them for the rest of my life? Because it's not to say everything that people say is going to be the worst thing to listen to. Just because somebody has an opinion doesn't mean that you have to or have to not listen. I say it's best to hear people out, and of course use your own judgment to decide on what you need to do. Take everything with a grain of salt. But when you get to that moment, and I feel like if you really have this yearning ability to really want something new, really want something that isn't a normal, you know what I'm saying, the day-to-day of people around you, just kind of doing something different. Even you might end up doing things that you wanted to do, You thought that your parents, your older siblings, your older cousins were gonna put you on, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you had to learn on your own. You had to do it on your own, and it came successful. And sometimes when you get to a path where you have to do that, you can't be as distracted, because a lot of things that you have to do, there are certain jobs that, you know, obviously it could just take like, you know, just applying for it, but even other jobs might require a level of like a resume, or, you know what I'm saying, like there's just more hands-on things that you might have to do depending on what you're going for. And distractions can really take you out the game. It can really set you sometimes back. And if you really want to build something in the background, or build something that can benefit you 5-10 more years into the future, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it really starts right now. And when you're in that path, you might have to have a season where you're not really as, I don't know if to say extroverted, but you're not really out there as much. You have to not let things distract you, because everything is easily distracting. Like, you know what I'm saying? The TikTok brain thing that they talk about on social media, it is real. If you constantly look at unnecessary media, and, you know, whether it's degenerate stuff, or it could even be helpful stuff too, it's just a lot of things can put you in this loop, and you'll never get out of it until you feel like you have to get to this level of comfort. But by the time you feel that level of comfort, that level of, okay, I assumed enough content for the day, next thing you know, 4 hours have gone by, and what have you accomplished within them 4 hours? It's what I'm saying, distractions can really throw you off your game. That's 4 extra hours that you could have been building something, working out, really locking in, improving every different aspect of yourself. Distractions can really throw you off course. In some cases, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of like having friends, hanging out, going to the club, going to parties, going to, you know what I'm saying, pool party, beach, whatever the case may be. It's not to say it's wrong. You don't even have to fully cut them off, but it depends. What are you doing? Is this your one chance to get this right? Because some cases we might go for something that's not the typical path, and it does depend on that one chance, and there's a level of the sacrifice that you might have to do. And in order to make that process as quick as it can be, you can't let the outside noise affect you. They're just going to tell you about negativity. They're going to project their ideas of why it won't work, and eventually hearing that and being around that so much will eventually make you think that you don't have what it takes. But you might have the potential, you might have the skills, you might have the creativity, you might have the strategical, you know, knowledge to really problem solve and do what you need to do. But when you're around that energy for so long, it will affect you. You will start having doubting thoughts, you'll start overthinking, over analyzing things, where at the end of the day, you just need to create, you need to do, you need to work, you need to execute. You know what I'm saying? You are a product of your environment. So if you're gonna have like all these negative Nancy's telling you that you don't know what you're doing, you're a kid, do this path, it's like, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, take everything with a grain of salt. Like me, for example, I like to be a creative, and I'm not gonna say I'm in the best yet worst decision, but a lot of times people are gonna try to like tell me to like go for something else. And mind you, I'm logical enough to know that like, yes, these other fields do make great money, but at the end of the day, it's like everything you do requires a level of a commitment. So it's like if I do one thing, I can't really do my thing. My thing requires more time. And at the end of the day, whether my thing works or not, I can, if I build it and follow through, I can have a product to show, even if I end up doing something else. Pretty much you have to know what is your return on investment. And in some cases, your return on investment in what you do may not be guaranteed. But it's like I said, man, we have one life. We can contemplate all we want, but at the end of the day, we know what we want to do. I know society will make you think like certain things are going to be unrealistic, or, you know, you might actually be in a situation where you have to handle a lot, and it takes a lot out of you that you can't do much for other people, because, you know, maybe you're taking care of your family, their bills and stuff, or your girlfriend, your partner. You have to like really put yourself out there, really take the time out. And then the more you add people into that vicinity, you're giving out so much time to everything externally that you get to a point that you do absolutely nothing for yourself. you have to have something for yourself at the end of the day, and you have to make sure that you can lock in on what you're doing until you're at a point of satisfaction or a base level stability where you can, you know what I'm saying, you can eat, sleep, take care of an emergency, damn near pay off your insurance, and you know what I'm saying, even after paying the bills, like you still kind of up like a couple grand and shit like that, and you're not really worried for the most part. You have to really be in a position like that before considering like everything else, because I just put in a sense, if you're not reaching past a certain tier, it will take harder sacrifices to get past that certain tier. It doesn't mean that everything is gonna have to be forever and you don't talk to people again, but you have to lock in and block out the noise for the time being until you're where you're at, until you're where you want to be, or until what you're working on has basically got off from the ground. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm saying these terms right, but what I'm saying at the end of the day is like distractions can take you 10 steps back every time you consider. Everything you do, you have to try to do your best to do it at a completion, because we only have so much time. The more you have all these, say, social factions, you have very little time to yourself. The time you do have to yourself, you have to like lock in, because as you get older, there's more things that'll be put onto your plate. In some cases, you might even be in positions where you have to handle shit on other people's plate just because you're around, just because you're reliable. And when it comes to that, like at the end of the day, you still need to do what's best for you. This is why this is a whole other subject, but if it came to the financial thing, I'd say it's best to split your money up as best as you can, because think about it, even on a surface level, if you had 2 different debit cards that had at least 2,000-3,000, you could just use one of them and stack up the other one. You could stack up both simultaneously, but you know, you can weigh out your options. And on top of that, you know, you can have credit and you can use your debit to fund your credit and stuff. And that's just like some surface level shit, but I'm just saying, a lot of things will try their best to throw you off course. It happens subconsciously, they don't know it, you know what I'm saying? Don't have no hate, no ill will towards it, but it happens. And we have this one life, and a lot of times we're gonna go through levels of adversity, things not going our way, us putting in our work, time, and energy into something else just because it's within our environment. But at the end of the day, you need to lock in on what you do. Sometimes you have that window of opportunity. I don't know how many times in your life, you know, with the Lord, I don't know how many times will he grant you the opportunity, but you will get the opportunity. You may be distracted. This is why I say you have to, you know what I'm saying, ignore the noise until you're at a point where you feel secure in what you're doing. But a lot of times we're gonna get that one chance to do what we gotta do, and when you have that window of opportunity, you have to take it, man. And mind you, sometimes it's more than one chance for that window of opportunity, but that's why you have to do what's necessary to build yourself to be able to handle what's to come forward when that window of opportunity comes. And in some cases, it doesn't even require you to be fully prepared. Sometimes you have to take that window of opportunity while you're at your lowest point, so you can understand more about yourself, so you can develop the certain features and virtues that you need in order to uphold and build and have a new shift in your mindset, and like, you know, a whole paradigm shift in order to do what's necessary to change your life. But that's what I'm gonna say on this subject. I might make more videos on this, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I know a lot of us are young. Most likely the people that may watch my videos might be young too. So when you have something that you love and that you're passionate about, or something you want to work on and improve and change, you have to work on not letting the noise distract you. You have to block out the noise, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff that's gonna make you feel like an asshole. You really will. It's very hard, but you have to do it. No matter what happens, you have to stay on your path. And by block out the noise, I don't even mean you have to ignore the people. You just have to find ways to just really tune them out and really keep doing what you have to do. Some cases, your stuff is gonna mess up. You're gonna prove them right. But they're looking at it in days and months. Oh, he didn't do what he said he's gonna do. He's gonna do. But you know, this is gonna take years. In some cases, it don't even really have to take years, but you know, for the long haul what you aiming for. Every little step you do is gonna compound. It's gonna have a compound effect, just kind of like interest. The more you do it, it's gonna work all in the end. So just make sure that you block out the noise and you lock in, and you got this. We only have so many windows of opportunity, especially while we're young. We have to take advantage of it the best we can while we still have those advantages. So that's my talk for the day. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want more videos, more motivational talks, or anything else, just let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna try and start making more uploads again too. You know what I'm saying? Situations, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a little tough, but I definitely do feel more so the ambition to start filming again. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find the time and space, but gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, if you guys are new, I think I already said that, but if you guys are new, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Lowkey. No one to cut you, know what I'm saying? And we gone.
Ask me if you were someone I should have messed with. To be honest, I don't even know. I just go with the flow, keeping up my hopes. Don't regret what I did. I'm so tired.